All right, there we go. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We have part 3 of my 3-part series where I was going through my comic book boxes, organizing and just straightening things out, and end up finding a bunch of comics that I either didn't remember I got or got back in the days that are now valuable, or ones that I just couldn't find. And basically, it's a good way to find out comics that you might have that you may not know are worth anything by watching videos like this. So I highly recommend, even if it's not my videos, if you watch other people's comic book hauls and unboxings, I know some of might seem repetitious for some, but especially for newer people, you might find a book that you did not know existed, or you did not know is valuable, or you remember you got back in 1987 that you bought it for cover price and now it's worth $500-$600. So it always pays to watch these kind of videos. Now, I'm not going to be doing one of my long rants. People really appreciated the one I did yesterday, so thank you for all the positive messages. It ends up right after I did that video. I went outside, and one of our stray cats that we've been taking care of, something happened, and their hips are not working right, and she could not walk around, so we brought her into the house. I was taking care of her all night, and I brought her to the vet this morning, waiting for the results. So none of the neighbors around here want to do anything, and I'll do everything. So, you know, my wife is paying for it and everything, so, you know, couldn't do this without her, so I am so appreciative of that. But, yeah, so I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible because I'm waiting for them to call me back and see the results. Hopefully it's not anything majorly serious, but I guess we'll find out. So in the meantime, if anybody signs up for the cashback program, it's free to do. If you click on the link that I provide and you spend $25 within the first 90 days, you will get a $10 cashback bonus. I get a one-time referral fee, so it's definitely going to help. I also sell comics and stuff like that. The link is in the description. Go check that out. So don't forget to wait until the end to see today's surprise subscriber shout-out. You just have to be in the live chat for that to happen, but let's say hello to people that are here. Manny, the comic collector, is first. Welcome. Nam Loco is here. John is here. Southern Comic Geek, good to see you again. Due on the Hunt, I don't think I've seen you before, but I welcome you. Danny is here, and he says, welcome to Florida. Thank you. Yeah, it's almost been a year already, and 3/4 of it has been under house arrest, it seems. But, yeah, can't have a sense of humor anymore. It seems you're not allowed to have that. Domenico says, been collecting casually for years, and this is my first seriously getting into them. The videos have been awesome so far. Thank you. That's great, and that's how I learned when I got back in, because I used to collect in the 80s and 90s. Stopped because of the comic crash. Got tired of all the variants and the fancy covers and everything, and the bad stories and all that other stuff, and did not touch another comic or look at another comic or know about another comic until October of 2015, and I started by watching other people's videos, and it got me back into the hobby, and I am here now for your viewing pleasure. So it shows that you never know where life can take you, simply doing something that makes you smile. Alright, so let me put on the video camera so you can see me. And no, it's not laundry day. This is the shirt I used to wear at the flea market, which is no longer existing. I have 4 shirts, so I just don't want people to think, wow, he's wearing the same clothes. I can't wear them at the flea market anymore because they closed down permanently, but I can at least wear them here. And Danny just did a super chat. Thank you. I always appreciate that because it definitely helps. So thank you to that. It's obviously not a requirement for anybody to do, but it is absolutely appreciated. And as soon as I see it, I want to give recognition. All right, so these are the big boys that I found, and these are some that I would definitely recommend collecting. Some you never know, but like I always say when it comes to investing, you're taking your chances. There are risks involved, but it's always better to pay a smaller price than to overpay, and if it doesn't work out, the sting kind of goes away a little bit. All right, so first one. This is one I didn't get for free comic book day. I wish I did, but I paid a lot less than what it currently is valued as. This is Umbrella Academy. This is the free comic book day comic that they gave out. This is a very popular book. The TV show, you know, not the worst, not the greatest, but definitely watchable. Could use a little bit of a pressing. I always recommend if you get your books graded with any company, get them pressed and dry cleaned because it will absolutely help, and you could increase your book by thousands depending on the value of the book. But I only paid $40 for this. This roughly goes for about $200 these days. Now, of course, that's a 9.8 graded, but newer books, it's not out of the realm of possibility for a book to get a 9.8, especially if you have it pressed. This is a book. I have 2 copies. One I sent in probably 2016, 2017 to get graded with CGC, and it came back in 9.8. So this is my second copy. I couldn't find where it was, and after searching through all my long boxes, which took hours, let me tell you, I managed to find it. This is Hawkeye vs. Deadpool #0. This is the Alamo City variant. Now, there's a special thing if you are not aware of this book. It's not the actual characters, but there are 2 people, like they're having a scene where there's a Halloween or a costume party, and 2 people dressed up as, one is Lady Thor and one is Spider-Gwen. So most people say, well, what's the significance of that? Well, these came out before Edge of Spider-Verse 2 and the first appearance of Lady Thor. So it's not technically the superheroes, or it could be, they never really confirm it. I mean, we may never know, and they could retcon that at some point, but the costumes in here are of Spider-Gwen and Lady Thor before any other book ever came out. So this is definitely a significant, this is a sleeper book in my opinion, and worth getting. Now again, in 9.8, this is worth roughly around $200. I paid $26, and I can't read the change. It's kind of faded. It looks like 98 cents. So $26.98 for this book. Definitely paid way under what it's currently valued as. And it's probably another 9.8, just like the second one that I got sent into CGC years ago. And just remember, if you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button. 24 people watching, only 1/4 of you have hit the like button. So it helps my channel and helps other people see it. So if you can be so kind, it definitely helps. That's why I ask. So thank you. All right, next one. This is a book I paid cover price for. Didn't know at the time what it was, what it was going to become. But that's some of the beautiful things about discovering, wow, I have a book that's actually worth some money. Now I have the regular as well. I have 2 copies, but I only got one of the variant. This isn't the top variant, which I missed out on, but I'll take it, especially for cover price. This is Thanos #13. Which, of course, we all know is the first appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is the, is it Mikone or Mikoni variant? I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but it is the 1 in 10 variant. This book, again, goes for about $200 to $250 in a 9.8 graded. I paid cover price for this one. So it's one of those where you can't go wrong for cover price. Now this one I didn't know about until I started watching other people's videos, and I learned it on somebody's channel that was doing an auction, and I think that's where I bought this. But it's definitely, again, about another $200, $250 book. It lost some of its traction, but it's still worth having if you pay the right price. But this is Immortal Hulk issue #2. This is the first Dr. Fry. I was very hot when this book came out. It's definitely cooled down. I mean, especially these days with the new, what I call flavor of the month. There's going to be books that are just going to kind of lose sight. So who knows what they're going to end up doing with this character if he fades away or becomes irrelevant again. Who knows? But I only paid $25.01 for this book, which is way under what its current value is. Again, 9.8 candidate. Who knows if I ever get it graded, but definitely for 25 bucks, I can't go wrong. Now, I spoke about the other. Here's one of them. Now, I was selling this at the flea market way below what it's worth, and nobody bought it, which in hindsight now, I'm kind of glad. This is the first print of Thanos #13, first Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now, I don't remember what I paid for it. I think I paid like $13 or $14. I didn't get it the day it came out, but I paid like between $10 and $14 for this book. But this is about a $250 to $300 book in a 9.8. I was selling it at the flea market for $125. So you could see I was definitely selling stuff at the flea market way below what the prices are for this book. And that's after this book has kind of cooled down a little bit, because like I said, with all the new stuff going on, some of these things kind of go on the back burner, but it tends to be temporary unless they stop doing anything with the character. All right, this one. I bought 4 of these back in 2016, or the year they came out. I'm not sure what year these are. But I had a feeling that one day this character, like the Ultimate Fallout 4s and the Edge of Spider-Verse 2s, I had a feeling this book would be worth something, and now it's about a $250 book. I have 4 copies. This is Marvel Now .1. This is the first print, all 4 of them, because you could see the red. Blue would be the second print. But I paid cover price for these. So you could see 4 copies. And this, it's kind of debatable at this point what's actually the first real appearance of Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Some say it's Captain Marvel 14. Others say it's this. It's kind of back and forth. I don't have Captain Marvel 14, but this is still a high-in-demand book. And with the fact that Kamala Khan is getting a TV show, unless it gets canceled, you know what's going to happen to books like this. Just look what happened with books that I announced and other people announced on YouTube what happened to them almost overnight. That's going to happen with this book if the TV show goes on and they don't cancel it or whatever. So now's the time to get that book. You're going to spend about $150 to $200. If you find it for under $100, snatch them up. But like I said, I bought these years ago. I was telling people to buy these books. Hopefully people listened, but I paid cover price. Alright, this one I still have the original sticker that I bought it at the comic book store that I used to go to all the time. So shout out if they're watching to Android's Amazing Comics back on Long Island. I still have the original sticker price that I paid for this, but it's definitely way under what it is worth. So here we go. This is Venom number 3, but this one, as you can see, let's see if it'll focus. This is the previews exclusive variant. So this is number 3, so this is the first full appearance of Null. And as you could see, the price tag, I paid a whopping $20 for this book, which everybody thought was too expensive at the time, because this is probably the day after or the day of this book coming out. But $20 is a steal now, because this book is selling between $200 and $400 on eBay. So definitely a steal at $20. Same with these. I bought these. Let me see. Okay, I paid cover price for these as well. Who knew what they were going to be? So I had 2 copies of these. This is both the first print of Venom number 3, first full Null. I've had these in my comic boxes back, with the rest of the generic books at the time, because right away it wasn't instantly popular, and then after a while I just forgot I had them. And I had not only 1, but 2. 1 looks like a 9/8 potential. 1 looks like it could be a 9/8 potential if it gets pressed, because it has a little bit of an indent on it. But, that happens. Even if you buy one at the comic store, it doesn't guarantee it's a 9.8 just because it's new. Jason Avonian says Androids is in Sayville. Yes. Oh, you go there. That's awesome. If you go there, tell everybody I said hello. Chris from We Love Comics. They'll remember who I am. But, yeah, kind of hard to go there now considering I live in Florida. It's a little bit too much of a commute, unfortunately. But nothing but good things to say about them. They always treated me right and very friendly. So it's nice to see other people that go there. But, yeah, it's in Sayville. I forgot what town it was in. All right, this is another book. Didn't even know I had it. I bought it for cover price. Going through my collection, I saw it and I took the chance to look it up. This is about a $400 book and a 9.8. This is Spider-Man number 1. This is the 1 in 20 show variant. So I was pretty shocked when I looked online. I looked under GoCollect.com, which bases their prices off of what people are paying. So that can change at any moment, because you see when there's an announcement, within 5 hours, prices will double. But anything with Miles Morales these days is pretty hot. So I was thrilled to find out that this book that I bought for cover price is worth about $400. So this, if you have this in your collection, you're going to be very happy if you have it. All right. I got 2 of these. I didn't buy them for cover price, but as soon as I heard about it, I climbed on board And at the time, people kind of laughed and said, oh, you overpaid for this book. But I definitely didn't now. So that's why I always tell people when you invest, especially with potential books, sometimes it's not worrying about the price now. It's worrying about where the price will be. Like when I bought my Edge of Spider-Verse 2 1 in 25 Greg Land variant, I paid $96 for it. People laughed at me and said I was ridiculous. Well, I sold it for $1,200. And it's worth double that now. So the person that bought it from me may have paid what the current rate was, but they've already doubled their money if they sell it now, which I wouldn't recommend because they're eventually going to have the same thing happen to Spider-Gwen or Ghost Spider that happened to Miles Morales, because she's going to have more influence in the movies coming. Trust me on that. So I paid $43.74 a piece for these. People laughed at me when I bought them for that price, but he who laughs last laughs best. This, of course, is Teen Titans number 12. These are both the first print. I have 2 copies. This is the first Batman Who Laughs, and it's also got him on the cover. So this is the most popular of the 2. I think there's a cameo and a full. I think this might be the cameo. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter, because this is the one where he's on the cover, and this is one of the more popular ones. This is about a $300 to $400 book at this point, and will continue to go strong, because DC, if you know about the companies, they're going to milk stuff for all it's worth. But to pay $43 a piece for these, definitely worth it. I'm going to probably send one to be graded. I'm not sure. But, like I say, don't worry about what people say about what you pay for something. I mean, of course, I like to try and pay less than I have to. But if I know and trust my instincts, they're going to lead into better places. So $43 doesn't seem like a bad thing that no one would laugh at now. Because I promise you, anybody watching would pay $43 for that book. And they're definitely both 9.8 candidates. Alright, so 3 more books to go. This is another book I bought the day it came out. So I paid cover price for this book. Didn't even remember that I bought it, because that was back between 2016 and 2017. I was buying every variant under the sun. A lot of them were misses, but when you get the hits, it makes it amazing. This book, according to GoCollect.com, and a 9.8, is valued at over $700. I paid cover price for this. This is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, issue number 1. This is the 1 in 25 Eden variant. Now on eBay, I've seen them sell for about $400 to $450, but Go Collect says it's worth about $700. Either way, I paid cover price for this, so it was definitely worth it. But if you have this one in your collection, congratulations, you have a very valuable book, especially these days. Where it goes, who knows? There's again been rumors about these characters potentially being in a movie. Who knows at this point? But even speculation rises the prices of these. So even at the low end of $425, cover price, I'll take it. Now, this one, all the others that I have, I bought multiples of. This is the only one I did not buy a multiple of, which kind of stinks. But I'm very glad to have it, because this book has shot to the moon lately. And it's a book I've been kind of telling people, well, the character at least I've been telling people about. Hopefully people listened over the years. But I paid cover price for this one. Did not realize what it was. Just like the run that they were doing. But if you have this book, congratulations. This is about a $700 to $900 book in a 9.8. And that is Spider-Man number 1, the Miles Morales hip-hop variant. I was thrilled to see. Now, I have a bunch of the hip-hop variants, and I bought doubles of each. Like, I have the Spider-Gwen number 1 hip-hop variant. I have 2 of those. A couple others I have 2 of. For some reason, I only bought 1 of these. That's a shame, but very happy to have this in my collection when I paid cover price. And it is selling now between $700 and $900. And, again, possibly a 9.8 candidate. I won't guarantee it until it happens. Alright, last but not least. This one, I knew I had, but I was selling it at the flea market for $99 and nobody bought it. which shows that most people, when they were going through my comic books, either didn't know what they were looking for or basically didn't really look, because people would just kind of flip through a couple of them. I'm like, that makes no sense. If you're going to go through the box, go through every comic. So now I am thrilled that nobody bought this book for $99. I have several other copies. I paid a lot less than $99 for this book, but as soon as you see it, you'll know. So this was at the flea market that nobody bought. Ultimate Fallout 4 issue number, well, Ultimate Fallout 4, obviously. Issue number 4. This is the first print, still in the original bag and board. And as you can see, I left the sticker on it. I was selling this book for $99. Nobody wanted it. This book right now is selling anywhere from $700 to $1,200 in a 9.8. Now, big thing I learned about this book, because I sent one in years ago to get graded by CGC before I knew about pressings and dry cleanings. This is a book you absolutely want to get bagged and boarded right away, and you want to get pressed if you get it graded, because in the bag, on the back part, there's a line where the fold of the bag is, where you can kind of rip it open. That leaves an indent all the way up and down the book. That dramatically lowers the grade. Now, a lot of times it does not break color. It just leaves an indent. But that will still dramatically lower the grade. If it does not break color, a pressing could eliminate it and you can end up with a 9.8 book. So, I have one of these that I sent to CGC to get graded back in 2016. It came back a 9.2, but I never got it pressed because I didn't know about that stuff. So I am actually going to eventually crack that open, send it to PGX where they do the pressings and dry cleanings, have them grade it for me, and it could go up. It would go up at least to a 9.4, and it could get a 9.8 depending on if it broke color. I have to check. But that is something many people are not aware of, that the back of this book, because of that placement of the bag, that little line could create an indent all the way down the comic. So that could lower it from a 9.8 to a 9 or an 8.5. So if you press that out and it doesn't break color, you could end up with a 9.8 book. So I have about 5 or 6 copies left. I gave some of these to people in the mystery boxes where I still sell them. I probably won't do those anymore unless somebody buys the platinum one. I have a $5,000 mystery box where you're not going to get any generic books, let me tell you. But you never know. One of these might end up being in there. With a mystery box, I can't guarantee it, but you never know. But I know about 6 of them I either sold or gave away. I know one person that I gave it to their child, and I'm sure they're going to be very happy with that, and it was my pleasure to do. But I mean, I bought these between $10 and $12 a piece because I trust my instincts. And hopefully people will listen to my advice when I talk about a comic. I can't guarantee it, and no one is 100% right. But if you look at my track record, a lot of the books that I've mentioned over the years have done well, continue to do well, and some of them will end up doing well. There's still time, so check out some of my past videos of books that I recommend and get them before announcements, unless you like spending double, triple, quadruple the price. So those are the books, and yeah, Harrier Man 1962 says Ultimate Fallout 4 is out of control right now. Yeah, I've been telling people since 2016 to get those books. I was fortunate enough to get 2 of the 1 in 25 variants. One of them, the same thing, I sent back in 2016 to get graded by CBCS because it was signed by Brian Bennis, I believe, that signed it. I have to check. It may not be him, might be someone else. But I didn't know about the pressing and dry cleaning, and that book came back a 9.0. So I'm going to crack that one open eventually and get that sent again to PGX because they do the in-house pressings, and they don't charge me for it because I do that deal. And it will definitely go up a grade or 2. Because one thing I noticed about that 9.0, the bottom corner in the back is kind of scrunched, but it doesn't break color. So that can easily be pressed out and could, again, bring it back to a potential 9.8. As long as any wrinkles or bends or things like that don't break color, you could get a 9.8 on a book from a pressing. So it depends, but if anything, it's going to improve it, because those wrinkles and everything can be straightened out, so that will bring it up at least to a 9.2, if not further, depending on if the color breaks end up happening. So we'll find out. But those are the books. Hopefully you watched all 3 of my videos. If you did and you're one of my power viewers, make sure you indicate that in the live chat. To 39 people, 17 people are hitting likes, so hopefully you will do the same and show that you appreciate my videos, because I've been pretty much doing them every single day today. Check out the cashback program, sign up for it, it's free to do. If you click on the link that I provide, either in the description, the live chat right here, or in the comments section pinned to the top, and you spend $25 or more, you get a $10 cashback bonus, and I get a one-time referral fee. So considering I've been out of work for 4 months, it'll really help. And if anybody's interested in our newest edition cat that's now in the vet, because we're taking care of her, I'll keep you posted about what happens. I'm waiting for the results of whatever problem she has. Hopefully it's not anything majorly serious. But again, thank God for my wife who's helping out with this. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you to the 18 people that gave it a thumbs up. To those who didn't, hopefully I'll do something that will gain your approval. Hit subscribe if you haven't. And today we are going to do today's surprise subscriber shout out. We're going to do Willie Survive. And we're also going to do the Uncanny Kyle Waka. Been a long time since I've heard from you. So welcome. So we have 2 people with today's surprise subscriber shout out. Give them a shout out. Hit the thumbs up before you leave. Hit subscribe if you haven't. And do not forget, it is not you. It is not I. It is We Love Comics. Always a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. You all have a wonderful day, and hopefully you saw a comic in any of these videos that I've done that made your day, because you didn't realize what it was worth until you saw this video. Do your homework, everybody. Peace out.